Please drive to highlighted route. In 1/4 mile, turn right on Cutter Street.
Hold my breath and let it bury me. I'm not okay and it's not alright. Won't you drain the lake and bring me home again? Who will fix me now? Starving where I'm down. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. Who will make me fine? Drag me out alive. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. What doesn't destroy you leaves you broken instead. Got a hole in my soul growing deeper and deeper, and I can't take one more moment of this silence. The loneliness, it's haunting me, and the weight of the world's getting harder to hold up. It comes in waves. I close my eyes, hold my breath and let it bury
Turn
me.
right on Calvary
I'm not
Street.
okay.
Hello! Yeah, let me put you on speaker. I'm driving right now. Lit. Yeah, lit. Wait, let me put you on. Yeah, now you're on speaker. I'm just driving to I'm driving
Turn right at the stop sign.
I'm driving to Lil Vanessa right now. She and I are gonna eat. But yeah, I'm alone in the car. But
John, I just wanted to clarify one thing for you.
yeah,
But I didn't skip the hangout on Sunday because I was hanging with Emma.
no, yeah, I'm not surprised you didn't skip it because of like Emma. Like I just like get paranoid and think that you skip hangouts because of Emma and stuff like that.
No, honest, and it's not like I don't want to hang out with my friends. I'm just like having a really stressful time right now and trying to figure out what my next job move is gonna be.
Yeah, that's understandable though.
Everything that's been happening at the apartment has been stressing me out.
Yeah.
And this just makes that even more so.
I know, and like there's more stuff I need to tell you and
But I actually ended up talking to Nick because I didn't go. Because he came over to the house.
Oh yeah, he told me that that you guys both talked.
I had a really good conversation with him, so I'm thinking like it was almost like it was fate, like I was meant to stay behind
Yeah.
so that I could talk to him.
Yeah.
Turn
I
left
think
at the
it's good
stop
that
sign.
I also think it's really good that he showed up when Shane wasn't there, because I don't know if I sent sent to you in that part of the story, but like Shane was saying to me that day, like that if he ever sees like Nick come to the apartment for any reason that isn't getting more stuff, then he was gonna like brutally beat the crap out of Nick.
Yeah, I think I remember him saying something like that.
Yeah, but like there's like more insane stuff that I would prefer just telling you guys in person because of I know this sounds horrifying and stuff, but because of legality, you know what I mean? I just don't want it in writing or on call, the crazy
In
other
3/4
stuff
of a mile,
that you
turn
guys should
right
be
on
aware
Main
about.
Street.
It might be just a conspiracy theory, but still, even if it may be a conspiracy theory, just so you guys keep your eyes open.
What? I understand if you don't feel comfortable saying on the phone, but like this, like you're making this sound really, really bad, and it's making me kind of worried to get the house.
It is really, really bad. I'll tell you tonight. It's a thing though that you don't have to be immediately worried about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something that he did, or something that you're worried that he'll do?
Something I'm worried he may do.
Okay.
And I'm not sure to who or how many people, but that's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll explain later all the warning signs and stuff like that I now am looking back and realizing.
John, I'm gonna say this one thing right now. Just I didn't read through everything that you sent me, but I did read through a good chunk of it because our manager left early today, so Jenny and I were kind of just fucking around for the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I read up until the kind of the climax text that you sent to Shane.
Yeah.
You and Shane.
Yeah.
I didn't read those yet because there was so much of it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like, this isn't healthy, dude.
I
Like, the
know.
way that dealing with these situations like this is not healthy, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying this because I love you, but like this whole situation between you and Shane, like none of this needs to have happened. Like
I
this
agree.
is like I agree with you that what he's doing is wrong, and like he's acting irrationally and it's scary, but like you gotta find a better way to deal with your issues with people. Like
Yeah.
dealing with all these group chats and the screenshotting messages and the
Yeah.
talking to people behind their back to different groups of people and having
Yeah.
thousands of group chats, like it's not healthy, dude.
No, I know what you mean. Like so in my opinion, I would completely agree if it were anything that was less of an intense of
You're-
something like
You're
this.
going to feel so much better if you just like cut these habits out of your life.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is like I would agree for as I was saying for any situation that's less intense than this. I think for this though, if I would try to talk it out with him, even like how I tried to talk reason to him at the end of the messages towards him, I think he's too unwell to try to for me to personally fix.
I'm just telling you this because I care about you, but like amassing this amount of data
Yeah.
is not normal, man.
No, I know what you mean, but
Like, and I know it's like your paranoia and other factors, and it's a lot of it is out of your control, and I get that.
yeah.
And I'm not gonna fault you for that because everyone's different mentally, and the way they deal with things is different. Like,
Yeah.
I've been struggling with like my own problems, like with depression.
In
and,
1/4
like,
mile, turn right on
anxiety
Main Street, then
about,
take
like,
the
what
first
I'm gonna
left.
do with my future and everything, and it's kind of like made me a little distant from some of my friends,
Yeah.
which I feel bad about. I'm sure that it frustrates you guys because I'm not really like as present as I would like to be,
Yeah.
and that's something that I recognize, and I feel like a
Turn
shitty
right
person,
on
like,
Main
especially
Street,
when
then take the first
when I
left.
decided that I wasn't gonna go to Earl's house, like I felt really bad about it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like I would have just been a drag at that party because I was really just not feeling up to it, man.
Yeah, that's
Like-
completely fine though.
I stayed home and I cleaned up the apartment, like I checked on Mary, like made sure she was okay.
Yeah.
And after Nick came back, after I had my conversation with Nick, of course, because she went up to like some party with her friend or something.
Yeah.
So I ended up talking to Nick for like an hour or two when he came by.
Turn left
before
at
I
the
left
traffic
to,
light.
Have dinner and stuff.
Yeah.
But so I did all of that. I looked at jobs. I applied to some more jobs.
I
I'm
support
gonna have
it.
an interview for one coming up soon, actually, which I'm hopeful for.
I support it.
In 2 miles,
But
turn right on Standish Road.
what was I gonna say? Like this kind of stuff is like, I feel like as adults, like we really gotta like stop acting like this.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem is being like it's in regards to what you were also saying earlier is my biggest problem is being passive aggressive and not communicating enough as I should.
Yep.
There are certain people I do communicate with a lot. Like when I happen to be in relationships or have things with girls, I have a lot of communication. But sometimes with like most of my friends, maybe not most, but like half, I don't have enough communication with.
Some of my friends, I find it easier to talk to about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Emma has been a good sounding board for me. Like, I like spending time with her because we are open with each other about like everything that we're feeling.
Yeah.
Like Amy from P-Hop, like we just kind of click really well, and we always are able to talk to each other about our problems. or like it just depends on the situation. It depends
Yeah,
on what
that
the
too.
students do. Like
Yeah.
certain friends, I find it easier to talk about certain things with.
Yeah, that's the same thing that happens with me. But I feel my problem is like I need to have more communication for certain things, because
My problem,
because
my
I feel
problem,
like yeah.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say my problem that I've been having lately is like I feel like I don't have any free time to do anything fun with people
Yeah.
because I'm either working or I'm stressed about work and like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next because I want to get out of the situation that I'm in.
Yeah.
Like I recognize that I tend to spend like I spend a good amount of my free time with my significant other, and that's always been a trend with me, and it's probably something that I should work on.
Yeah.
But truth be told, we don't even really have much time to spend together as it is right now.
Yeah.
We both work, and
And you work 2 jobs.
Most of the times when I see her, it's like in between when we're working. Like it'll be like we can meet up at this restaurant because we happen to both have that hour off
Yeah.
or something like that. And when we do get around to having a day off, it's like we try to figure out what like all the things that we've been meaning to do together that we didn't have a chance to do.
Yeah.
Or I'll go out and I'll be visiting her friends with her as well.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to see some of them this weekend after Valentine's Day night.
I support it. I always forget Friday is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I support it.
But yeah, I was really mad at Nick at first, and I still think that what he did is wrong. It's
I
like,
completely agree.
but I don't think he's a bad person. I wouldn't have
agree.
been friends with him for like 8+ years if I thought he was a shitty person.
Yeah.
And I think that he made a bad mistake.
I agree.
And he shouldn't have tried to cover it up.
I
But
agree.
people act irrationally when they're scared of. Like he probably knew that this meant that things with Mary were going to end, and he was scared of that reality.
Yeah.
And so it made him do some shitty things, and it made him try to fix the problem that he had caused with retroactively, which is always a mistake. You should just own up to things that happen immediately, because it's always just going to get worse if you try to cover it up. But
Yeah.
I think he realizes that now, and I think he's really missing her a lot now.
Yeah.
And like when I met up with him, when he came over, like he was like Nick doesn't really show his emotions much or cry often.
Yeah.
But he was like on the verge of crying, and he was like when I hugged him a couple of times, like he was shaking and he was clinging to me like so hard.
Poor little Nick.
Yeah. So with that situation, my verdict is like I empathize with Mary.
Yeah.
And I think that she's justified in whatever she decides to do about the situation. If she doesn't want to be with Nick, then that's her decision.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't think Nick is the devil, which seems to be what everyone else in their friend group is like thinks of him now, which I think is unfortunate.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on Standish Road.
But as for this Shane situation, dude, I don't know. It's really fucking weird. I've always wondered why it was that he was never really with any other girls after dating Kat.
Yeah.
Like, and that part of like him pursuing her after I got with Amanda that one
Turn
summer
right
when we were
on
in high
Standish
school.
Road.
Yeah.
It's possible that that was like part of the motivation, but they were together for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's weird
In
that
1/4 mile, arrive at
if
71
it
Standish
were a
Road on the
relationship
right.
that began under those circumstances, why has it taken him so long to like move on from it? It seems.
Yeah.
It's just very odd. I've always found that odd, but I didn't really question it. I wasn't going to like be like, oh, why don't you ever like seem to go on any dates with girls, or like why have you ever brought a girlfriend over, like blah blah blah. Like, I wasn't gonna just, like, nag him about that, you know? Like, if he didn't want to date people, then that was his choice. Like,
I agree. Like, I think it's fine if people decide to, like, date or not date or whatever, you know what I mean? As long as it's in healthy ways, obviously, but yeah.
I'm gonna say this, as I don't like throwing conspiracy theories out that are justified, but, just from my own experience, because I've known him for a long time, I'm gonna say, like, 90% of his interactions with girls that he, like, that are sexual or, like, any kind of, like, date or anything happen when no one else is around.
Yeah.
Or when, at least when, like, the people that I know that are friends with him are around.
Meaning you think it's potential that it's not real, or you think it's just a coincidence he happens to do it when nobody's around?
I don't know what to think. Like, honestly.
Also, part of that main situation, that main girl
In
he mentioned
1/2
to us,
mile,
I think she
turn
doesn't
left on
exist.
Orchard Street.
And like, that's part of the insane conspiracy theory I have for later.
You know, obviously I don't want that to be the case, but, like, this situation with Jen makes me wonder if that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because if this is how one girl is acting towards his advances, then how can I believe, like, all of the stories that he's told, given that I've never seen...
There's
like,
no evidence.
He's never brought the girl over and introduced her to us or anything like that, you know? It's, like, hard to even say.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
I've never, like, seen pictures of him with a girl out somewhere, like, posted on his social media, which he uses quite frequently.
Yeah. And also, there's always the possibility of a girl posting them together, you know what I mean?
That too. So, it's just weird. I don't know if it's, you know, a valid theory,
Yeah.
but this situation kind of has brought that to the surface in my mind, and
And it's brought other stuff from this, like me and Anthony were just thinking back, like far back, like, of how we're, like, thinking maybe he, like, like the similar thing of maybe he made also, more lies in the past. But I think what it is, though, is I don't think he lied as much as he did back in the day as much as he does now. Like, I think what probably happened is because of, this is my theory, is that because of, like, the whole Aiden death and everything like that, or I can explain further tonight, like, Vanessa's gonna come in the car in a little, but Vanessa already knows the whole story, but, I think, that because of the whole Aiden thing or whatever, he started deteriorating even more than he already was. And then I think, like, the whole Jen thing is what, like, triggered his mind to worsen his mental illness. But another important thing, too, is he told me back in literally March or April, I don't know, something like that, that his mental health was deteriorating and that he thinks he should maybe get on meds and or therapy. And I was like, oh, yeah, that maybe could be a good idea. It could be helpful for some people, blah, blah, blah. Hello, I'm on the phone. But this is Vanessa, this is Cam.
Hi.
Hi, Vanessa.
Let's go to Shake Shack.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Lit. I haven't had that for hundreds of years. But so, what was I saying? Ah, yes. So I think, wait, what the hell was the last sentence I said?
Not sure.
I don't remember. Crap. Oh yeah. So yeah, he said it back in like March or April or something like that. That he wanted to get like maybe meds or therapy. And I was like, that may be a good idea. That can help people or whatever. Like blah blah blah. And he mentioned it several different hangouts. But then he just never ended up pursuing doing any of that. And to think of it too is like there was nothing going wrong in his life at that moment. So then fast forward to like the whole Aiden situation, like, you know what I mean? Like his bipolar and him not being medicated and also already knowing like months before that he was quite unwell, that I think it just like he's losing it.
Well, Aiden provided a lot of things for Shane. Like,
That
he
too.
was always at the house. He was his little brother that he simultaneously could chastise and nurture. He
Yeah.
always had a gaggle.
Turn
of friends
left at
around
the stop
that Shane
sign,
could use
then
for,
take the
like,
first
emotional
right.
release.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very motivated in a career sense, at least yet at that point in his life when he died.
Yeah.
So
Turn
it
right
had
on
less of
Church
a-
Street.
There was less of a like focus on Shane like performing, like overperforming in a career sense, because like compared to Aiden, like anything he would do would always be, you know, adequate or better.
Yeah.
So I think that he's feeling the pressure being that he's the only brother left now.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of that and many
Because
other
now,
things.
instead of being compared to Aiden, who else can he be compared to? Like his dad and his uncle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you said that theory about him potentially lying about the whole Korea job.
Oh yeah, so that's part of the insane conspiracy theory that I'll tell later.
I don't know to what level the lie may be. Like maybe I'm thinking that it's true that he got an offer and that, you know, Joe sent a letter of recommendation and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know to what degree the aspects of the position that he's been telling us about are true. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I find it really frightening that you say that he would come up to our apartment at 3 or 4 in the morning to Skype with them.
Yeah.
And I find it very weird that he's now asking you for photos of himself to send to them.
Yeah.
When he's apparently been doing video chats with them.
Yeah.
Doing video chats with them.
And on top of it, I sent
What,
those
is he doing
photos
it in
months
the
ago.
kitchen in the dark?
Yeah.
Like,
Apparently.
I find that hard to believe. That's very strange.
I agree. There's many strange things about all of this situation.
And why couldn't he do the video chat in his own apartment?
Very good question.
Where he could, you know, like turn the lights on in his like room that he lives in?
Yeah. Or simply any room.
Yeah, or simply any room, considering his mom is gone like half the time anyway.
Yeah.
And doesn't care.
Yeah. There's many questions, and
That's
that.
very strange too.
But also the other thing too is it's possible he never even did any of those video chats. So
That's possible.
yeah.
Turn left
But
at
I'll
the traffic
explain
light,
the
then
insane,
take the second right.
conspiracy theory that I had. Like I saw warning signs to it starting September, or yeah, like around September, I think.
Well,
But
I mean, brother was just murdered.
yeah, but you'll see the extreme theory I have. It's horrifying. But I'm not sure whether or not it's true. The only person I told that was Tanya so far, and she thought it was potentially true. But let's hope not. But crazy. But I honestly hope the best for him. I don't know. Me personally, I have zero idea what further can be done in this situation. Like the only thing I feel I would like to do is just provide you and Nick with all this information, and then you guys kind of decide what to do from there and just be safe and stuff. But yeah, it's too bad. I hope the best for him and I hope he gets better, but at this point I just want to be safe, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you this. This whole situation has kind of made me frustrated about all the my friends around me,
Yeah, that's fair.
and like it's stuff like this that makes me like distance myself. Like when
Yeah.
shit like this happens, like it was bad enough when it was the Nick and Mary situation, but now this situation just gives it so much more and worse context.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's really kind of overwhelming, to be honest.
It is very overwhelming, and then the extreme conspiracy theory I have later is significantly more overwhelming than this if it's true. But,
Turn right at the traffic light.
I hate driving in Watertown. I suck driving in Watertown. What is this biker doing? That's silly. But yeah, so Nick gets out of work at 8:30. Or something. No, said he would be back at the house at a time or something like that.
Look, so this is what I'll have to say
Yeah.
before I meet with you.
Yeah.
But, look, I care about all of you guys individually, and I know I'm not always the best at being present for my friends.
Yeah.
I get that, and like, you know, I know people say things in the heat of the moment, and it's fine, like, if you don't support me or whatever, and it's fine if you have your reasons for that.
No, I like. Sorry to cut you off, but like, I like regarding like you, Nick, and whoever else that I mentioned and stuff like that. I think all of you, I'm completely fine with fixing things. I'm just a silly goose
In
and
one
don't
half
communicate
mile,
enough.
turn right
Wait,
on
am I able
Washington
to?
Street.
Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't
This
turn
is
yet.
what I wanted to say to you, John.
And that like, I still chum for you, Nick, and like everyone else and stuff like that. But like Shane, I just can't because of my safety.
But you have to understand that I still care about Shane,
Yeah.
and I care about all of you individually.
Yeah.
But like, you gotta tell me if like you ever have a problem with something I do or say.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta confront me because I'm not always gonna know.
Yeah, that's
But
fair, and that's the same that happens with me.
I will care. If you bring it up to me, it's not like I'm not gonna listen to you. And
Yeah.
it's better for me if you just approach me instead of being paranoid and deliberating amongst your group chats and
Yeah.
compiling screenshots and doing whatever. Like, to be quite honest, it's because of stuff like that that makes me not want to get involved.
Yeah, that's
with
fair.
like a fun, because it's really tiring and I think it's unhealthy, and you know, I'm for your best interest. I think it's something that you need to work on.
Yeah, I
And
completely
we all
agree.
have things that we need to work on, and you know, it's not the end of the world, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
I completely agree with that point.
compared to like the problems that you've told me about Shane, like it's a minor thing, but it's like
Yeah, still a problem, and it can be definitely fixed.
like I always want to be able to talk to my friends directly. I think it's the healthiest and it's the best way to deal with things.
And the easiest way to resolve problems is communication. But yeah.
Like when I was really depressed the winter of senior year because I was in a bad relationship and I was still dealing with my emotions after I broke up with Erin.
Yeah.
Although I didn't really even realize that at the time.
Yeah.
Because I was having like subconscious dreams about her and like still dealing with my feelings for her because like the situation I was in at the time like wasn't helping me to heal from that.
Yeah.
Like I turned to
In 1/4 mile, turn right on Washington Street, then
I
keep
had
left.
never really drank before at all, and I became like really addicted to it.
Yeah.
And you know, I was really self-destructive, and it made me like a real asshole to everyone around me, and that happened to be like, you know, obviously the people that I was living with at the time.
Yeah.
And it was really hard for you to approach me and to tell me that directly in person, but
Yeah.
if you hadn't have done that, I'd like,
Oh.
I don't know if I would
This
have.
person
I mean,
almost hit me.
I probably would have gotten better eventually, but it definitely helped me a lot that you know, you had the courage
Yeah,
to be
that
able
we
to
all sat
like,
down to say something.
tell me that I was having a problem, which was like something that I was not even really understanding at the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, looking back now, I know exactly how bad I was, but at the moment, like, I didn't even really realize it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's happened to me and also other people in the past of like certain situations and stuff. So I understand what you mean. But yeah, like sometimes that has to happen if someone needs to like step in to help someone out from like self-destructive.
No, not sometimes, like all the time.
Oh yeah, I agree. But communication is key. I used to tell Katarina that many times. Communication is key.
It's hard for me to tell what's bothering Shane a lot of the time because he is so manic.
Yeah.
But he seems to, at least he used to, confide in you more than anyone else.
Yeah.
You probably have more insight into how his brain works than,
Yeah.
and like, really, probably even me and Nick know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I also thought of that horrifying conspiracy theory. But yeah, I hope. Yeah, like there's a lot that everybody has to learn from this. Also me, obviously. But hopefully, I'm just hoping Shane simmers down and gets better and stuff before it escalates even more.
Yeah, and I'm not
Turn
saying
right
that
on
as
Washington
if I'm above
Street,
it.
then
Like, I
keep
understand
left.
that
No,
can be a
yeah, I
shitty
know.
friend too. But my intentions for everyone is that, like, this gets resolved in the best way possible, and that any kind of issues that we have get resolved in the best way possible.
Yeah.
I mean, look at, like, I used to have a really good friendship with Anthony, and I ruined that. Like,
Yeah.
why would I want to do that again?
Yeah.
You know? Like, I acknowledge that, and I accept that. Like, I just have to move on from it, because, like, I don't know if I'm ever really going to be able to repay the way I was towards him.
Yeah.
So, I don't want that to happen. I mean, I understand right now your feelings towards Shane are very, very sour and very bad.
Yeah.
And I think it's fine that you don't see him and you don't interact with him. But
Yeah.
I think that the fighting, like, obviously you weren't really initiating it, but I think the squabbling that he kind of started over Jen was really shitty of him.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't demonize him forever for that, just because of how unstable he is. I mean, if you care about him, then I know you want him to be better, and whether or not you want to still be friends with him or not, I know that you obviously
Keep
want
left
the best
toward
for him, and you
Newton
want to be a
Center.
better person.
Yeah.
And I think that, unfortunately, the way he acted about Jen and towards you about her is just a symptom of, like, larger problems that he's dealing with right now.
Yeah. Like me, the main thing about it is, like, the reasons why I don't want to, the main reason why I don't want to be friends with him is not really exactly, like, all the content and stuff that he's done, but is
Turn
regarding,
right
like,
at the traffic light.
I don't want to risk him potentially harming me, like, physically harming me.
That's fair, and you probably know more about why you'd be worried about that than I do at this
Yeah.
point. Hopefully, when we get to talk later, I'll understand it a bit better.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, it's spicy. Spicy spice.
I'll let you guys enjoy your time out. I
Yes.
don't mean to rant so much, but
It's okay. I'll see you later.
alright, I'll see you, bud.
Yes.
In 2
Bye.
miles, keep right to Parker Street.
Isn't that dank stuff?
Yes.
I'll update you the more dank stuff that happened.
Oh god.
Somehow there's more, you know? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't it too bad, this whole situation?
I mean, it's too bad, but he did this himself.
I
Like,
completely agree.
I understand, like, his mental, like, I understand he's mentally unstable, and
I don't- yeah.
but, like, at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, I don't wanna
there's,
hang out with
you
him
know,
anymore.
at this point, you know, you're an adult, you kind of just have to own up to what the shit you did, and just,
Yeah.
you have to live with it, you know what I mean? Like, there's,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you were, you know, you kind of just, the way you treated your friend, you know what I mean? It's just not right.
Yeah. I agree. But like what happened was last night. I don't know if you saw the Snap story with Chris Mills in it.
Yeah, I saw it.
So he met Jen met her for the first time last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that nice and disgusting? But so he was so I loved it. I don't know if you saw the Snapchats that I sent to
I
you.
did.
Weren't they so cringe?
They were so
Peak But yeah, so Nick Lake, he replied to one of the stories that had Mills in it and said disgusting, which is a fair response, you know what I mean? Because Mills is in it. And I said, yes, Mills is so real, an alien,
Yeah.
something like that. And then I asked him, oh, did you hear about the news? Because I thought it was a weird coincidence. He happened to message me that night out of all the nights, you know what I mean? And he said, oh no, because he's been living at his mom's house,
Ooh,
which is like
yeah.
a few streets or so away.
Mhm.
And he said, oh, what news? And so like, I said, oh, I would explain another time. But then what I ended up doing, because he was so curious, was I sent the whole story to him through Messenger, so I like forwarded all this story and whatever. And then but Nick was saying like that Nick has, I think I might have told you, or did I tell you? I don't think I did. I think I only told Cam, but that I found out from, oh, what is this person doing? This police. But someone probably ran a red light or something. I don't know. Did he pull over something?
Yep.
Oh, so did something happen?
Oh shit.
That's weird.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, that Nicholas. I don't think so. What is this silly goose doing? Huh?
Making a right turn.
That's free. But yeah, so yeah, it turns out I found out from Nick that Nick actually locked the door those times. Remember how I mentioned how the door ended up being locked? For two different reasons. One would be like if Mary happened to be triggered at him,
Yeah.
so he didn't want people around. Or it would be because he noticed how crazy Shane has been. So he would sometimes lock the door so he wouldn't have to deal with him.
Okay.
So Nick is the only other person who noticed how crazy. Why is this cop stopping there?
Okay, interesting.
What the hell?
Okay, interesting.
There's another one. What the hell? Maybe they have too many now or something? Oh, you know.
Okay, so
That's
that's
that corner
Yeah.
is like right where Gabe's house is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Not right where it is, but like
This
he's
is a
right
nice
around
area.
the corner. Yeah.
So, but yeah, okay, so that's fair for Nick
Oh,
to do that.
yeah. So yeah, pretty much Nick wanted me and Cam to come over tonight just to be like to Nick's to explain, just like to talk about the situation a little more. And also I wanted to share some insane situation. Me and my conspiracy theory I have about all of this. But what was I gonna say? Also because I want to drop off the Risk game
Yes.
to Cam so he can bring that back. But what was I gonna say? So regarding that, and then to for me to like tell Cam to like join or whatever, he ended up asking like the context of like what it was about, blah blah, and I decided to like send forward all the screenshots and everything. You know what I mean? Because it's just easier that way, and also easier in the sense that it's such a long story at this point that it's easier to just send it all through Facebook Messenger so he can read it ahead of time and like know what's going on. You know what I mean? The thing is though, is like I was planning to just not associate with the North Attleboro squad or extended squad and just get the hell away from that situation and just have Shane target other people and whatever. You know what I mean? Because I just didn't want to associate or be remotely in any of that. But because of how Nick contacted me yesterday and all this stuff or whatever, I decided to like let them know. Because also in the sense, because one, Shane his mental health could be saved and he could become better. You know what I mean? Not saying I'm gonna hang out with him after that. I have zero idea at this point. Most likely no.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't want to bother risking it for my safety. You know what I mean? And then.
And I think a lot of your friends and even me, you know, agree that it's best that you don't associate with him.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh shit.
This bitch.
People are crazy.
I know. But let's go straight here. Fuck, what is this old lady? Go! Why are you looking at me like I'm ridiculous? And now she runs. What the hell?
Such a read.
Such a re, I know. But yeah, one, because of like consulting them about this whole thing, like they'll be able to
In 1/4 mile,
potentially
keep right
help
to
Shane
Parker
getting better.
Street.
And or they'll be aware to protect themselves, you know what I mean, and others around them. Because I know, I'm almost positive Shane is just gonna get worse over time. So, yeah, and then the stupid Everett girl. I guess it's a good and a bad thing.
Yeah, what happened?
So, she wasn't down to fuck. No, okay, no. She I asked her like yesterday and today. Oh, what time? And where?
Wait, what are you selling?
For $2. It's so real, but she ended up buying it for $1. Pikachu with no ears. Did I send you the screenshots of that?
It has no. Oh my! Can I? Oh god!
You can take a photo of that. I'll send you the screenshots of some other time of that conversation. It's so funny. But I think what it was is she sent me $1 through Venmo. I think what it was is she actually isn't interested in actually getting the item. She just wanted to like send $1 to pretend she like bought it out of memes. You know what I mean?
This is hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
A Pikachu with no ears.
Yeah, that's what I had as the title.
Pikachu.
Isn't that funny?
Keep right to Parker Street.
Yeah, so, but there's only one other item that I have to deliver, which is this stupid cow golf ball.
Oh, where?
To Brandeis, so that one's easy to.
Oh.
In
Yeah.
1/2
How much are you
mile,
selling that
turn
for?
left on Boylston Street.
I think $2. But why not? You know. But that can be at whatever time he said. But the question is would you be down for that North Attleboro journey?
I would love to go.
Yeah, like we could maybe even play Risk.
Yeah. Hey, I'd love to meet them.
Yeah, because you never ended up meeting them.
Yeah. I'll be down.
And you'll be
And plus I like trips, so it'd be fun to go to North Attleboro.
Yeah, this will be your first time to North Attleboro, right? Maybe you've gone.
In 1/4 mile,
when I
turn
would go to
left
Rhode
after
Island,
the
yeah, I've gone
overpass.
past North Attleboro, but I've never actually hung out in
Sounds
North
good.
Attleboro.
Yeah. Like so what was I gonna say? Yeah, so like Nick wanted us to meet there at 8:30, so we would
Are
start.
we going to his mom's house?
Yeah.
Is his parents, are they divorced? He just lives with the mom?
So so let me explain that to you. So
Turn left at the
he
traffic
has a
light.
sister and a dad.
Mm-hmm.
They live elsewhere. They got divorced like a couple years ago or a few years ago, because the mom is like an extremely insane bipolar lady. I never met her before, but this may be the first time I'll meet her. I'm assuming she's not gonna be there because if Nick is inviting us over,
Yeah.
he normally wouldn't invite people over if she's she sometimes disappears for a while, randomly. I don't know how to explain
How
it
old's
too
his
well.
How old's his sister?
His sister is. I'm assuming like 21. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So around our age.
Yeah, but like yeah. So, and you'll be able to hear the extreme conspiracy theory.
Oh,
I-
I'm excited.
I didn't. I could tell you some of it when we make it to Shake Shack. But that extreme conspiracy theory. That extreme conspiracy theory. May
In
most
1.5
likely be just a
miles,
conspiracy
turn
theory,
left
you know what I
on
mean?
Boylston Street.
But considering it's a conspiracy theory is concerning, you know what I mean?
I mean, but if it's regarding Shane, like,
yeah,
there's, you know
It's
what, you
important,
never
yeah.
know. I mean,
Yep.
because Shane was a little crazy, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like,
the conspiracy theory, like the reason why I told Cam and Nick I didn't want to say it through messages or phone or, you know what I mean, any technology, because I don't want to like risk legality, you know what I mean? Not in the sense that I don't know how to explain it. I don't know whether or not I could get in trouble legally for it, like, you know what I mean, for knowing the signs.
okay,
But I'm assuming no, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because who really knows? But like, but long story short, like the conspiracy theory, I could explain all the details later or whatever of why I think it is that the crazy conspiracy theory is I have a feeling he potentially is maybe planning to kill one or more people, or like a mass killing.
Holy
thing.
shit.
Yeah, but it could but let's take a step back. It
Yes,
may be
let's
it,
please,
it,
let's
it, it
please
may
take
be
a step back.
it may be just a whole conspiracy theory, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of signs
In
that
3/4
can
of
lead
a
to
mile,
that theory,
turn left
but at
on
the same
Boylston
time,
Street.
It's not enough. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so
It's a
he's,
crazy
I know he's bipolar. Does he have any other mental?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's like he is a pathological liar and stuff like that, blah blah. But like the signs that I noticed, I wrote it down, the different signs. I'll say it at Shake Shack just so that I can look at the list and remember. But it very well though could be just a conspiracy theory, which I'm hoping it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really hope
But-
so too. I do not know. Like, it's like,
So like that's my biggest reason why I wanted to get the hell out of there and not bothering being friends with him, because I don't know if he'll ever.
well, in
kill
the
anyone
screenshots he
impulsively.
said you had a stash at his house. What did you keep at his house?
Oh, the woman's clothing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you still had some at his house.
Yeah. So
Yeah, best to not just bother to get it because your mom's gonna find it and throw
I
it out
know.
anyways.
there's
So
more
what's your mom been bitching about lately?
everything. Is this a U-turn? Yeah, it's been bad at home too. It's been real bad. Like, did I tell you about the other stash that got found, right? Last Wednesday.
The one that when she was mad that you weren't answering her text,
Yeah,
she came home.
and then threw all that out. So annoying.
She called you what? She said you were disgusting and
Yeah,
stuff.
all that stuff.
Did
so,
your dad ever say anything to you?
So yeah, like yeah.